Good morning, everybody. This is Tim Watts. Thank you for taking your time to join us today. I am joined by Sergio Blanco from IAMS as well as Nate Self from GILICO. We are extremely happy to introduce GILICO's Wealth Choice product and go over some sales strategies here for you today. Before we get into that, I wanted to share a few reasons why folks love working with us over here at IAMS. One of those is customer service. We are dedicated to that. One of the ways that we start off our customer service with you is no dial by name directories. When you call our offices at 800-255-5055, we're going to pick up that phone, the live person, within 2 to 3 rings and get you taken care of. You never have to worry about leaving a voicemail into that abyss of voicemails. With that, I want to turn it over to Sergio Blanco. He's going to take you through a few other reasons why agents like working with us, and then we'll get it kicked over to Nate Self. We will have a few polls during this webinar, so make sure you are staying attentive for that. Additionally, we'll have opportunities to answer any of your questions. So if you have any questions, there's a questions tab there. Just pop that question in there, and we'll get it answered there for you at the end. With that, Sergio, the floor is yours, sir.
Thanks, Tim. Good morning, everybody. I wanted to thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us as we go over a few of North America's top performing fixed indexed annuities. So our new producer builders are for those of you who are new to us at IAMS. These bonuses are available based on your production level in your first 180 days of contracting with us. We do have great levels that you can qualify at, and as you can see inside each level are some great options for you. We've got incredible business building tools, personal perks for you, and even cash rewards available. If you would like to know where you stand toward your new producer builder, or if you would like to have a conversation about how to achieve that next level, please give us a call. Talk to your sales director. So moving on, we do have another business builder program. We are going to go over our referred producer program. I do see a couple of advisors on with us today that have taken advantage of this program. Our business on the wholesale side of the industry is similar to yours in the field in that one of the best leads we could ever obtain is a referral from one of our valued producers. This is why we want to make it worth your while to refer a producer to us. That being said, when you refer a producer to us and they get contracted, we will cut you a $50 check. Now, where the real money comes in is your referral rights business. You will receive an override on that business. And our ownership team, Steve Murray, Charles Shearing, and Curtis Hawks, sign checks for thousands of dollars every quarter. With that being said, if you can think of anyone that could benefit from doing business with our team, please type their information into the questions box, or you can email me at sergio@imzinc.com that information. Below that is our marketing reimbursement program, which is our most popular program that we offer. For every $100,000 in FIA premium, gets you $100 in your marketing reimbursement account. Why this is so popular and lucrative for our advisors is that we truly do consider this to be your money, so we don't cap your account, mandate where you spend the funds, or tell you where you have to cash that account. It is your marketing reimbursement, so we don't tell you the vendors you want to use. We do recommend vendors that we partner with and leverage reduced rates and preferred service. We also have our creative team to create a marketing strategy and provide in-house services. If you'd like to know how much is in your marketing reimbursement account or have conversation about how to utilize it, give your sales director a call at our office. We would love to speak to you about that. Our back office support is another way that we add value to your business. This is the core of IAMS and how Charles Shearing founded us 36 years ago. We want to help the independent advisor work smarter, not harder. We are going to do that with great business building tools and resources. Of course, advanced case design, assistance, life, and annuity quotes. With that, we make a 24-hour turnaround guarantee to you. We're going to get you those illustrations that you request within 24 hours, and normally we get them back to you in an hour or two. Submission to commission support is handled by our new business teams. Amber Williams heads up the annuity side, and Michelle heads up the flip side, um, the life side. They have fantastic teams who work tirelessly to help you get commissioned quicker. We will scrub your applications, submit them on your behalf, do all the administrative tracking, and get your updates on the cases needed. We do this to ensure you get commission as quickly as possible. This is a service that we provide to our valued producers and how we help you grow your business by keeping you in front of the clients while our team handles the back office support for you. Firelight e-apps. Excuse me. This is a single sign-on at iamsinc.com. Technology is where the industry is going, and Firelight is a top-notch site streamlining the application process. Most of our carriers are on our e-app platform, so you can go to one site to submit business. It is COVID friendly, and some carriers are going to e-app only for some of their product lines and will also offer extra comp for utilizing the e-app platform. Make sure you ask your sales director before you submit a paper app if you can earn more by doing e-app. Utilizing our Firelight platform accelerates the application process substantially. The e-app platform helps you submit business in good order the first time. This also reduces the processing time of your business and gets you paid quicker. And as I mentioned previously, this is a single sign-on at iamsinc.com as we have integrated our business with Firelight so you can have the most efficient and effective way to submit business. We do have a full in-house creative team. We can help you help your practice, and a lot of items are turnkey and available for you. We can simply impose your contact information and your business logos onto it. Speaking of your logos, agency solutions are something that we are very good at, and something that if you haven't created a full customized brand for you and your agency, we can help. This is going to assist you with name recognition, which grows your natural market organically. We can get your logo designed and imposed on business cards, brochures, and stationery. Lastly, what everyone is currently looking for are digital marketing solutions. We can help you with your websites, social media marketing, email marketing, and more. The internet and social media sites are where the overwhelming majority of prospects go for information. Making sure you are accessible and represented in those marketing lanes are beneficial to growing your practice. Reach out to myself or one of our sales directors with a call when this webinar concludes to talk to them about how you can access IAM's Creative. We can certainly get that ball rolling for you. Our website is a great tool for our producers to use and another reason to work with IAMS. Once you are contracted, you have full access to everything you see on this slide and so much more at iamsinc.com. If you haven't registered for the website, it's very simple to do. So when you are done with this call, go ahead and create an account. We'd love to see you on there. A lot of great tools available to you, illustration tools, forms online, product grids, product news, industry updates are out there for you. We founded IAMS Wealth 4 years ago now. What we've done is grow this division on IAMS very organically. We've helped advisors become IARs and pass the Series 65 at a very successful clip. Once you have registered, we will bring great value to your practice with an incredibly competitive fee structure for both you and your clientele. We do have great technology and a great investment platform. This has been a major growth sector of our business, and assets under management could be a major growth sector for your business as well. We're currently hosting our third Life and Annuity Academy for 2024. These 2 days of training are an excellent opportunity for those advisors looking for new ways to grow their business. If you're not contracted with IAMS, give us a call to get that ball rolling. IAMS all expense paid academies give you an opportunity to learn from our top producers. They'll go over the marketing strategies they've used to get from the bottom to the top. It also gives you a chance to speak with your peers in the industry from all over the country. I highly recommend that you get registered for our upcoming academy in September. We put a lot of great stuff on our social media platforms. Go out there and like us on Facebook and connect with us on LinkedIn. And with that, I will get this over to Nate.
All right, Nate, I'm going to go ahead and make you the presenter here. Well, Nate's getting his presentation pulled up here real quick. I did want to go ahead and rock off a couple quick polls here. One of those is what is your monthly or your quarterly marketing budget? So go ahead and grab that mouse. Select one of those choices, A, B, or C there. Would love to see how you are utilizing marketing to get and stay in front of folks. We'll keep this poll open for about another 15 seconds, and I've got one more here for you, and we'll kick it over to Nate. Thank you, everybody who's voted. Wow, we're already over 50%. Appreciate the engagement, everybody. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close that. Next is we've got our last Annuity and Life Insurance Academy coming up this September 25th through the 27th. These events are fantastic, as in we do cover all of your expenses to come out and see us, including travel, hotel, cost of the training, food while you're here. Where the real value comes in is not only do you get to meet and network with 35 other agents from around the nation, we're going to bring in 20 presenters to go over those advanced sales strategies, marketing programs that other agents are having huge success with, and then, of course, go over those annuity and life insurance products like GILICO's Wealth Choice that can provide your clients some fantastic accumulation options as well as income in the same product. So thank you, everybody, for voting in that. I'm going to go ahead and close that. And Nate, the floor is yours, sir.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Tim. And thank you, Sergio, for the introduction and all the great resources IMS provides their trusted advisor partners. Now is really the best time I've had in this industry. I've been in the business for 8 years, and with where interest rates are right now, it's a very opportune time to revisit existing clients and potential prospects that may have already purchased an annuity or life contract in the past, and make sure that you review them and see if there's any better options given the interest rate environment that we are in and elevated, and it's there's some potential reductions later this year potentially from the Fed, and it's a great time to be reviewing those contracts. So today my goal is just to make sure everybody understands who GILICO is, why we're in the business, why we're in the annuity business, and why we do what we do every day. We'll talk a little bit about the e-application that we have to offer, our flagship index annuity Wealth Choice for growth and income, as Tim mentioned, some various sales strategies and positioning and where would be a good fit in your business. And then we'll wrap up with the main part of the presentation being the refinancing opportunity. While income payouts are extremely competitive right now on income riders, and how you can be compensated for helping clients increase their guaranteed lifetime income with our commission loyalty program. So we'll kick it off here with a little bit of history about GILICO. If you're not familiar with us, Guaranty Income Life also goes by GILICO. We've been helping generations financially prepare for the future for nearly a century now. We were founded back in 1926 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and became a member of the Couvert family of companies in 2016. We were actually the first acquisition by Couvert. Couvert is a consortium of partners where they held 3 insurance companies. You have Guaranty Income Life, you have United Life, that's our direct and financial institution distribution, and as well as Lincoln Benefit Life. So 3 carriers underneath the Couvert family of companies. Couvert also has their own reinsurance to help provide the best value to our clients. We also have an asset management team here at Couvert. Our main home office is down in Baton Rouge, but we just recently opened an office here in Des Moines. That's where I'm located, and we opened an office here in Des Moines to attract talent from all the other competitors here in town. And we have really grown our sales, marketing, business, IT, as well as actuarial teams in the Des Moines office. And our overall purpose at Couvert is to deliver value-oriented retirement solutions to the middle market client with the commitment of long-term sustainable growth strategy with a limited number of strategic partners. And at GILICO, we only work with 50 IMOs, so we are extremely exclusive when it comes to who has access to our solutions. IMS has been a strong partner to us for many years, and we're continuing to make sure that everybody that has had the ability to work with GILICO, we really limit the amount of partners that we have to have an overall great service experience. Fast forward to 2023, we actually achieved $2.5 billion in sales, an A- rating with AM Best, and that puts us one of the fastest growing carriers as far as premium growth. In just 7 short years, we went from $45 million of premium to $2.5 billion. This year we'll do just over $3 billion likely. And we're extremely excited to be competitive on index annuities. That's where our main focus is going to be moving forward, and as well as doing business in the most efficient way possible with new tech integrations. We'll have a new portal launching later this year and new product innovations. We'll have some brand new strategies being added, index strategies that is being added to the Wealth Choice as well. So I mentioned the AM Best rating that we achieved in October of 2022. We're approved in 46 out of 50 states, and we just surpassed $7 billion in total assets with last year at $6.7 billion. Everything's trending in the right direction. Strong solvency ratio and strong risk-based capital ratio. If you have questions about our financials or just want to do some more due diligence, as you should, on insurance carriers that you are wanting to newly partner with, happy to get you any information that you're looking for in different ratios and rating agencies that you use. Overall, at Guaranty Income, our mission to you and your clients is to develop, distribute, and support annuities in the most efficient manner to build value for our policyholders, producers, employees, shareholders, and associates. We embrace change as an opportunity to improve performance and help more people guarantee their income for life. This is our mission statement, and I couldn't be more confident in it. I hear our leadership every single week talk about how we can provide more customer value and do business in the most efficient way and the best way possible for everybody to have a great experience. So we're going to continue to innovate both on the technology side and the product side to make sure that our products are the most competitive they can possibly be. And for you, with our Wealth Choice, we launched this back in 2020, and when we came to market with it, we wanted to launch an index annuity that would provide you more yeses than nos, as you know, index annuities and which clients they're going to be a good fit for. So what did we do with the Wealth Choice? Well, we stripped out a lot of the objections you get. We hear a lot of people say that index annuities are overly complicated. So what we did is we stripped out the income benefit bucket. So there's only one account value on the Wealth Choice. There's no separate income benefit base, and that is what we calculate income on. I'll go through that here in a minute. We don't have premium banding. We don't have a reduction to add a spouse. So joint income is the same payout as single income. We designed it with a levelized option budget, so there's a higher likelihood of us having strong renewal history. We hear about the concern about not having access to funds. The Wealth Choice on all versions, you have 10% penalty-free withdrawals right away. Expense-wise, less than 1% maximum cost of 95 basis points. There's a true cost of 95. It's not a fee calculated on a higher income benefit value deducted from the account value. And we wanted to provide flexibility. A lot of folks think once you purchase a contract, an index annuity contract, you're really setting it and forgetting it. That's not the case with the Wealth Choice. It is truly a hybrid accumulation and income solution. So if they have the income rider established at the beginning of the contract, they like the ability to provide longevity risk protection. Down the road, they no longer need the protection, whether they inherited assets or they turned on Social Security or a pension and they have excess income. You could simply remove the rider at any time, and they can use the product for the great accumulation rates it provides. So a lot of great benefits to help you streamline the sales process. As far as how we designed it for the chassis, we have a 5, a 7, a 10-year, and a bonus 10-year. That is our most popular. The 10-year is a 5% premium bonus. We issue that one through all the way through the age of 80, and the 5 and 7-year through the age of 90. We've had consistently competitive S&P rates and fixed rates. This is the entire rate sheet. I would hope you would agree with me that this is the most simplified rate sheet in our industry, and that was done on purpose. The 5 1/4 fixed rate you see at the bottom is about half of our allocations this year. And that's the same fixed rate on all versions, regardless of premium or client age. Everybody in year one gets that 5 1/4 fixed rate, and it does have a strong minimum guarantee renewal on it. All the S&P strategies are popular. The S&P point-to-point cap is our go-to. On the bonus product, it's 10.75% at the bottom, the non-bonus being 12%. So extremely competitive S&P cap rates, fixed rates. We do have a monthly sum as well as just a straight participation rate on the S&P to diversify. And then we also have the Horizon Ascend 5% volatility target index. That's will be competitive. I think if we start to see bond yields come down, you'll get to see some accumulation from the bond components in that index. But majority, over 90%, in fact, are going into the fixed rate or the S&P cap strategies, keeping it easy for the client for those annual reviews to be able to explain how the performance was calculated. Our number one strategy, however, is pairing the bonus with the fixed rate. So 5% bonus, 5 1/4 fixed rate provides a 10.5% guaranteed first-year return. So with markets near all-time highs, we saw a dramatic amount of volatility yesterday in the S&P and the NASDAQ. Maybe it's a good time to lock in client gains they may have in their brokerage account or their retirement accounts. Provide them that 10.5% guaranteed first-year return, potentially add an income rider that they could remove at any time, and look to potentially reallocate to subsequent years with the S&P cap at 10.75. We do have a very strong minimum guarantee on the Wealth Choice. This is for both the minimum guarantee cash surrender value as well as the fixed account. So any contract submitted between July 1st and December 31st will have this 3% minimum guarantee. And that's for life, not just the surrender period, but the worst case scenario on the fixed bucket and the minimum guarantee cash surrender value growth is 3%. It's extremely valuable. 3% doesn't sound like a great interest rate right now, but I can assure you, if you look over the last 16 years, all but 3, the 3% minimum would have beat a 1-year treasury. So it's extremely competitive, and it can be used for a long-term financial planning tool, knowing that the worst this can renew at is 3%, and there's no interest rate risk with our fixed account, whereas you would have interest rate risk with a bond holding, and as well as reinvestment risk. So when you think of Wealth Choice on the accumulation side, before I get into the income rider, think of us for S&P caps. We're consistently competitive in S&P cap rates. We have a strong fixed account for all versions at 5 1/4% and a minimum renewal at 3%. And then the renewal history is the next thing I want to talk about. We built it with a levelized option budget. And so far in 4 years, we've yet to drop a index renewal rate or a par rate on any client that's open to Wealth Choice, whether it's a 5-year, a 10-year, or even the bonus version. We have not reduced a cap or a par rate on a single client because of our pricing strategy. We have a lot of control of it. We spread it out evenly over the contract. Now, if we see volatility, that's the one thing the carriers cannot control. That's going to cause the price of those options to go up, and that they potentially could go down. But just know there are very strong guarantees on the Wealth Choice contract, and we really did price it in a way where we feel that we are providing the client the most value for the length of the contract as they would expect. Now, to talk a little bit about why we're extremely popular right now, the Wealth Choice has really taken off since April 1st because of a change that we made to the rider. So the living benefit rider is available on the 7 and 10 year through the age of 80. And we boosted all the payout factors across the board April 1st. Not only do we boost all the payout factors to be industry leading percentages, we also do not have reduction for joint income. So we're the only carrier in the industry where you can add a spouse and the payout's going to be the same if spouses are the same age. If you have a 65 and a 63-year-old, we'll just simply base it on the 63-year-old's age. On the screen, to keep it easy, I only show every 5 years. It does go up every single year, about 15 basis points for the payout factor. We also have an increasing payout option, and that jumps up at 3% compounded per year. It's contractual. It's not performance-based that you might be used to with your increasing income options. It's a great inflation hedge. It's 3%, 1% above the Fed target interest rate, target inflation rate, I should say, and it's contractual. So in year 13, 14, you'll confidently be able to tell your client what their income will be compared to a performance-based increasing income product. I really like that, be able to show a client confidently, here's what your year 1 income is going to be. In year 12, here's what your year 12 income is going to be, and it's not going to change. Regardless of market performance, it's locked in, contractual, and it's a great time to be utilizing these incredibly high payout factors and locking income in for life with the interest rate environment that we're in. And one strategy that I like to use is, as far as how I would position this to a client, is sequence of withdrawal risk. We all know how important timing is with investing, and that's really the one thing that you can't control, right? You can't control when you retire, what the market is going to be like when you retire. It's all kind of luck. So I have on the screen a case study. We have 3 friends here, Adam, Bill, and Chad. They're all 65, and they all have $500,000 in their 401k when they retire. Adam on the left, he retired in 1995. He had all of his assets in the S&P, and he decided he wanted to take a 5% withdrawal per year on his $500,000 investment for income that he'll use in retirement. And over the first 3 years, the S&P was up 111.3%. Fantastic. He timed his retirement correctly, and the market went up, and he was able to, after 16 years of pulling out 5% or $25,000 of this $500,000 investment, he still had $834,000 at the end of 16 years. Fantastic. Now, his friend Bill did nothing different. The only thing different is he retired in 2000, before the dot-com bubble, and he wanted to take out his same 5% on his $500,000 retirement nest egg. In the first 3 years, the S&P fell 40% from 2000 to 2003. And after 16 years, the S&P only went up 39% over that 16-year time period. While he was taking his 5% withdrawals, he only had $27,699 left. So probably 1 or 2 years max left, and he'd be out of money at age 70, or excuse me, at age 83, he would be out of assets. Now, Chad retired this year, and with the market being as high as it is, with interest rates as high as they are, he wanted to lock in an income for life. And with the Wealth Choice, he went with the bonus option. We calculate the income on the account value. So the bonus increases the payout by 5%. And he was able to generate a $39,900 withdrawal. That's 7.95% guaranteed for life. At the end of 16 years, based on performance of the S&P, not only was he taking a withdrawal much higher than the 5% that Adam and Bill were, because it's guaranteed income for life, he also had $249,000 left over due to the performance that are backing his contracts with the S&P. So it's a phenomenal time to be able to provide these high income payouts that are well above the typical 4 or 5% safe withdrawal rule, with no interest rate risk, and you're protecting against longevity and removing that timing risk that these clients endure when they retire. Now, where do we stack up for income? It's ultra competitive. On a single life, we're neck and neck with the next closest competitor on a 60-year-old, and we're actually 60 basis point ahead of the next closest competitor on 65. What the closest competitor does not have is they do not have double-digit cap rates on the S&P, and they do not have a strong fixed account. We're at 5.25. The competitor that's neck and neck with us, they're in that 2 to 3 range for an S&P cap. So much more upside for the accumulation potential. And we're able to do that because it's all account value driven. There's no income benefit base. So all it simply is your account value at the time of activation times the payout factor at the age at which you activate. There's no waiting period, so you could start this as soon as 30 days after issuance. And that leads me to the next opportunity, which is where should you position this in your business? If you have clients that have existing riders that are already turned on or soon to be turned on, now is a great time to see what their income is on their current contract and what we can provide with the payout factors that we are offering. They have a client that has a pension that's activated with a lump sum payout benefit that you could roll over. We could roll that over. We could add a spouse and have no reduction in payout for that spouse. Same with retirement plan. If it's got a 401k, 403b, let's roll that over. We could do a single owner, single annuitant, and we could add a joint rider and cover both spouses. They do have to be spouses. And then if you have a client that really likes the longevity risk protection, the income for life, but they're not exactly sure when they want to turn it on, this is a perfect product because you can remove it and it still has the accumulation rates. So they want to have the protection and accumulation after they decide they no longer need the income. So a lot of ways where you can use it, and why should you be reviewing current income riders for your clients? Well, on the screen, I have a 10-year treasury map for the last 15 years. Why do I show the 10-year treasury? Well, we use most of our income riders are 10-year FIAs, and carriers match the duration of the contract with bonds typically. And the 10-year treasury is a really good estimate of what carriers are able to offer based on the timing of when the client purchases the asset. So any contracts that were sold between 2012 to 2022 with an income rider, they should be reviewed. They're likely having lower payout factors that we can provide. I'll go through our suitability guidelines here in a second, but this is a golden opportunity to lock in interest payouts on index annuities for life. At one point in time, they're going to be locking in these yields that carriers are able to offer, income payouts they're able to offer. And if we see rates go down, they could potentially miss their opportunity. They could go up, but what we know is over the last 15 years, this is the best time to lock in an income rider payout. So if you do have clients with income riders that are already activated, here are our guidelines. If you're using the bonus version, 8% surrender MBA, as long as we're increasing their income, they should have an emergency account of $50,000, and the contract should be at least 2 years old. If you're using a non-bonus version of Wealth Choice, say 5% max surrender. We do have additional guidelines above 8%. Reach out to Tim and your marketing partners over at IMES, and they have the resources to answer those questions when it is above 8%. Really just comes down to how much are we able to increase their income by. So I mentioned where we are on single, but how about joint? Joint, we're extremely competitive because we do not reduce to add a spouse. So in the first few years, this is going to be your sweet spot. Years 1, 2, and 3, we're 3 to 13% ahead of the next closest competitor on joint payouts. This is assuming you're using the fixed rate. The reason that is because the fixed rate acts as like a roll-up for the product. There's no guaranteed roll-up. It's just the account value at the time of activation. So you use the fixed rate to show the highest guarantee. So that's going to be your 5.25% year 1 and your 3% in years 2 and after. But really, really strong on joint because there is no reduction to add that spouse. And I really like to tell people, what is longevity of a typical retiree? Well, a single male age 65, their life expectancy is 81. When you add their spouse, if she was the same age at age 65, their life expectancy jumps 12 years. And we're able to price it a way where you do not have to have that tough conversation of should we add the spouse. That would potentially reduce the payout 50 to 100 basis points for most carriers. It's going to be the exact same payout. And you're going to be projecting, on average, an additional 12 years of longevity. So anytime you're doing joint payouts, especially in the first 3 years of the contract, I highly recommend looking at us as we're extremely competitive in that regard. So with the refinance opportunity that's in front of us, both on the income and accumulation, with our strong renewal history, here are some reasons I like to share with my advisors on why would you use a 5% bonus product for your exchanges when there are much larger bonuses out there in the industry. Well, our bonus on the Wealth Choice, there's absolutely no fee for that bonus. It's built in. The only difference is you're going to have a slightly lower cap rate, 10.75 versus 12%. So that's the only reduction there. No fees for the bonus. If the client does take their 10% penalty free, there's no recapture of that bonus. They have the free withdrawal. It has no impact on that account value bonus they'll get, 5%. It is a true account value bonus, so it is invested immediately in their account, and that's where you'll have your compounded interest effect. So if you go with the bonus and the fixed rate, you're going to get your 10.51% guaranteed in year 1. We've been very strong on our renewal history, and that's potentially why you're looking to refinance your client's contract. Maybe the carrier did not use a level option budget, and they've been reducing renewals for your clients down the road, and they want to rescue that contract and provide higher upside potential with a carrier that does have good renewal history, and that includes our bonus. And the last one is the strong minimum guarantee. I think this is definitely overlooked in our industry. Whenever you're looking to write an index annuity for a client, you want to look at what the minimum guarantees are. There is tremendous amount of value knowing where that minimum guarantee is for life, in case that we do see interest rates come down in the future, which there is a likelihood of that. So what are we able to provide you for helping your clients take advantage of this interest rate environment? At $1 million, we're going to retroactively go back, pay you quarterly 50 basis points. That's at $1 million, a full 0.5%, $5,000 check will come from GILICO to you for your loyalty and helping clients lock in these payouts and high accumulation rates. At $2 million, 75 basis points, $3 million, a full 1%. This is a calendar year program. We'll likely have another one next year. We had the same program last year, and we've had so much positive feedback from our trusted advisors that we've continued it for this year. If you have any questions on the program, how it works, please reach out. But it is for all Wealth Choice production for 2024. So to wrap up on positioning on where the wealth choice could be positioned in your business, if you have a client that's looking for a simple solution, it's consistently competitive on accumulation rates, S&P and fixed, as well as renewal history, this could be a good fit. If you have clients that want to upgrade their existing contracts for both accumulation and income, that was a great time to do it. We were very easy to work with as far as knowing if something is suitable for the client and have transparent guidelines. So if you have questions on that, certainly reach out and we can review those statements. Clients looking to have joint income, this is really unparalleled in the industry with the no reduction for joint. And then I also like to talk about the total value, the income and accumulation for a single life. If they do not have a spouse, you still are able to provide extremely high payout factors and double-digit cap rates for that additional flexibility and a death benefit down the road. So with that, Tim and Sergio, I want to kind of wrap up here with the last 5 minutes, maybe answer some questions. I do have my direct cell phone number and email. Reach out with any questions or things you're interested or have feedback on, and I'd be happy to entertain any conversation. So thank you all for having me.
Awesome. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate the great presentation there. Wanted to bring up one thing, and that is just to not sleep on the 5-year product as a MIGA alternative. I know we focused a lot on the income today, but Wealth Choice is extremely flexible with a 5, 7, and 10-year chassis. And then the income is also available on that 7-year term. So if you do have clients looking for a little bit shorter term product, this is also very multi-functional there. I'm going to go ahead and launch the third and last poll here. Last call for any questions if anybody has one. And this poll is going to be, would you like some more information on this fantastic product and GILICO? We'd love to get you over a few marketing pieces, as well as information on the company and the product here. And then the last comment I had here, and then I'll turn it over to you, Nate. It doesn't look like we have a whole lot of questions, but just the premise of refinancing your annuity. I think a lot of clients out there, most clients have probably refinanced a house at one point. And so, getting them to think about, hey, just like that interest rate might be better now than it was, say, 10 years ago or 5 years ago or whatever it was. Now, obviously, it's not going to be the case for a mortgage right now. Those rates are going the opposite way. But just using that as a sales strategy, I really think that will be successful there. I'm going to go ahead and close the poll. Doesn't look like we have any questions, Nate. I think you did a phenomenal job today. Any last bits of information you want to add?
No, I just think this is a fantastic time to reviewing policies while we still are in an elevated interest rate environment, and we just want to make it as easy as possible for you and your clients to have that conversation on why it's worth revisiting. And I think the easiest thing to do is talk about where their current income is now and what carriers are able to offer them on their surrender value. And if their overall objective and their primary objective is lifetime income, let's lock it in, refinance, and get them higher lifetime income. Pretty simple strategy, and a lot of clients to help.
Awesome. Well, just like Nate said, you never know when those interest rates may go down. So if you have anybody that's on the fence, I would definitely go ahead and get working on that app. If you're not contracted yet, give Sergio or I a call at 800-255-5055 and ask for us, and we will help you out. With that being said, everybody, thank you for joining us today. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.
Yeah. Have a great rest of your summer, everybody. Thank you.